talk about working smarter, not harder, making money and having fun. How does that sound? Thank you. So everybody has a story. Cuba has a story. One of 13, God bless you. I'm one of 8. Grew up in a nice large family. We had numbers. We were numbered. We didn't have really names. I was number 2. And my dad was an incredible influence in my life, and my mother too. And my dad had a philosophy that if you give a kid a fish, he'll eat for a day. If you teach him how to fish, they'll eat for a lifetime, from Confucius. So he taught me how to fish. I was the first girl in my area to deliver newspapers. That was something we had once in print. And I did it because it was an opportunity to earn some money. I mowed lawns, and I did whatever I could. So life went on. I married my high school sweetheart, and I thought marriage was an institution that was supposed to last a lifetime. However, he did not want to be institutionalized. So after a 20-year marriage, plus, he turned me in for a younger model. And when he left me with 4 incredibly awesome kids. He took all the money. He left me with a lot of debt. And I sat at my kitchen table crying to my dad, what am I going to do? I got to take care of these kids. And my father looked at me very seriously. He said, Ellen, why don't you consider a career in real estate? And I looked at my dad like he had 2 heads. I had a good reputation in my community. I was embedded in the church and schools, and I heard things about realtors that weren't that good. Anyway, I got into real estate. And I went to a company that said they had a lot of training, because they all say that. But they didn't. They were happy that I was there. I realized, I was so excited when I got that first job, if you can walk, talk, and fog a mirror, they'll hire you. I know. But I didn't know that. I was excited. So I got the job, and what I did was I taught myself. Every single night I went to the public library, and I took the kids, dragged them in there. I put them in the kiddie corner, and I went over to sales. And I read every single book I could on sales. And then every book I read on sales said, you have to be motivated to be in the real estate business. So I read every book I could on motivation. Motivation said you have to be inspired. So I read the books on inspiration. I'll tell you, when I started in the real estate business, I was in a place I never thought I'd be at. I had to feed my kids on food stamps. It's really hard. It's not where you want to be. I literally, because of the real estate business, took my life from rags to riches. I built a huge real estate career. Thank you. That's the only reason I'm able to be here and talk to you, by the way, and I say this humbly, because I have something to share with you that I hope will enhance your life and help your business. And so I went from 1986, 1987, anybody in real estate then? October 19th, 1987, the stock market crashed, and so did the real estate business. I was out selling homes. Other people were moaning and groaning about how there was no business out there. But I had to feed those kids. I closed 28 deals my first year in business. I got to a career where, as a solo agent, I was closing over 100 deals myself, and those were not condo projects. That was house by house, earning an income of almost $500,000 a year. I got to a point in my career where my company, it's a very large company, 2,000 agents, said, would you do some training? Because listings are the backbone of the business. And they said, would you train on listings? I'm like, no, I don't have time for that. I'm selling homes and taking care of my kids. But I did. And you know what? It made my heart sing. And when you get to that point in your life where something actually clicks here, it's like, wow, you got to do it. So half a century into my life, I said, okay. I got Christine, my daughter, who's a nurse, licensed. I got my sister licensed. And I went on the road with Ellen Boyle seminars. That's what got me here today, so I can share with you how to work smarter and not harder. I'm not like Katie, God love you. You're tech, I'm not. I'm high touch. And you know what's something about this real estate business today, 2017? It's high touch. I talk to realtors who are afraid to get in the business because they're not technical. I said, you don't have to be technical. You have to hire somebody who is, okay? So for the next 30 minutes, that's all I got. I'm going to throw something out real quick. So sales is the oldest profession in the world, right? Well, we're in Las Vegas. Somebody's going to say, no, it isn't. But that's sales, too. I was looking at them last night. Uh-huh. Yeah. They're cute. Stop trying to reinvent the wheel. We don't need to do that, okay? All you need to do is implement. You got to put it to work, the sales. Use the wheel to sharpen your skills. And I think this is a missed art right now in our business of real estate. Find the person in the salesperson. There's a person inside of you. So find that person and be genuine about it. This is all they're looking for from us. Look, act, and think professionally. And I'm telling you, folks are really sharp looking, professional looking. I can spot you a mile away when I see a realtor. I saw somebody on the plane the other day, or yesterday, coming in from Charlotte. By the way, I live in Charlotte now, and I'm not on that list, so I guess everything's okay in Charlotte now. But professional. Hey, you know, when I wear my realtor pin, that means I'm reflecting every single one of you, the 1.4 million realtors in this country. My son Kevin, when he was in the Marine Corps and he put his Marine Corps uniform on, I went to give him a hug. He said, Mom, you can't do that because I'm a Marine and I have to look so. Well, we need to look so too, because we're in an industry where, unfortunately, there have been a few people that haven't been as good maybe to the industry as some others, and so we need to, raise that level of professionalism and having people look at us and say, hey, there's my realtor, and I love her, I love him. Ask for the order. As I coach all over this country, as I train, and I ask people, what's going on, how your deal's going? Well, I lost him. I didn't get the listing. Did you ask for it? Did you try to close it? Did you use that old, is this good or that better for you? The ABCs, again, always be closing in real estate. Stay focused, all right? So what's your goal? Stay focused on your goal and don't deviate. Stay where it is. Effective business planning, I love this one. This is a whole class I do, by the way, and it doesn't really need to be a whole day class. This is simple. How many of you in this room actually have a written business plan? I don't need to see a hand, because I might see one. That's good, I appreciate that. You're business people, businessmen and women. You need a business plan. You don't need a 15-page business plan. You need a simplistic business plan. Outline, I'll give you real quick. What's the average home sale? You should know that right now. I should be able to go up to every single one of you and say, where do you live? You live in Goodyear, Arizona. All right? I thought that would get a rise from Superwoman back there. So what's your average home sale? Do you know? You need to know what your average home sale is. Why? Because you want to earn $50,000, $100,000 this year? Well, your average home sale is what? What's the average real estate fee in the MLS? What's that? How many homes do you have to sell to earn that much money? It's simple. But do you have it? And I contend a lot of people in this business don't have it. So I don't know how you're going to get to your goals if you don't have your plan. It's very simple. Maintain a daily do list. I hope everyone has that today, except I'm not sure. Well, you came here. You all got here early, too. Kuba, where are you? Did you notice that? No? Kuba's gone. That's okay. He can take a break. He's getting something for his mother. Work during periods of high productivity when you're excited. I've been up since 3 o'clock this morning because there is a time difference, you know that. And my body clock didn't know it. So it woke me up at 6 o'clock Eastern time, and I'm like, no, I got to go back to sleep. But I am busy, and I have a high energy in the morning, and then I slow down a little bit later on. Know what your time is and work then. Under-promise and over-deliver. Big deal in real estate, because a lot of people do just the opposite, and then they get angry with us. Pretend each day is like the day before vacation. My house is spotless. I travel a lot, and so everything's got to be in order, because if something happens, like the plane goes down, I don't want somebody to say she was a mess. She didn't empty the garbage. Her dishes were in the sink. That's me. That's kind of that personality I have. Fat. File it, address it, and toss it. I used to suffer with something that I would call pileitis. I had piles of everything. Piles here, piles there. Anybody else have that disease? Yeah, I know. You know what? If you can go home this afternoon or after the convention, at the end of the weekend, and try to eliminate your piles, you'll feel so good. Success building planning starts with written goals. Again, this is really, really important that you have your stuff written. A Harvard study of graduates found that after 20 years, the 3% with written goals achieved more financially than the other 98% combined. How many of you have written down what your goals are for 2017 on a piece of paper that you can see? Thank you. Yeah, one hand. Do you want to earn that income now for this year? You want to work smarter and not harder, make money and have fun? Write down on a piece of paper today a number that is a realistic number that you feel you could earn within the next 12 months. And focus on that. I talked to you about focus, and see what happens. Set realistic goals, though. If a realistic goal is 50,000 or 100,000, please don't set a goal for 200,000. You'll hurt yourself. Goals need to have a time frame. Goals must be attainable. Now, you've heard all this before, right? So you could probably ask me to get off the stage. But how many of us actually put it into practice? Because we've heard it. We know all about it. How many classes have we been to on goal setting, time management? Many. And yet I struggle with people who are still struggling with, how come I'm not where I want to be in my life? And this is why. Goals have to be written and specific, and they have to have a picture of your goal, believe it or not. So I had a picture of my goal. I had a picture of the Mercedes. And sure enough, I drove the Mercedes. I had the picture of the boat. I had a picture of the house. I had a picture of good health. Yeah, because in 1994, out of the blue in my life, I was diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer. And the doctor said, you need to go home and get your life in order, Ellen. You've got about 2 years left. And I said, ooh, I have 4 kids. They're not all through high school, college. I'd like to see them get married. I want to be a grandmother. And I have 57 listings myself. I don't have time to die. True story. True. So, hey, the reason I'm here today in Las Vegas, having the distinct pleasure and honor to be in front of you professionals who I adore, I don't know you all, but you're in the same business and the same love that I have, real estate, is because of the real estate business. Because this business is what got me through 9 months of the worst time of my life. That was the first time, too, I was recognized by my company as the #1 sales agent out of 2,000. Like, yes, I won. But you can win, too. So, business building, networking. This is important. Develop strong relationships with the real estate community. You know, I mean, it's all about, all right, so we're all one today. And that's awesome. And you need to be proud of that brand. There's no doubt about it. And yet, you need to also know that there's other people out there. As a listing agent, I needed the agents that were in my co-broking arena to help me sell my listings. So co-broke or go broke, there's the old expression. It's been around for years. Get to know those people that are in the community with you. Attend local, state, and national meetings. You're all here today. And this is really on a Friday and a Saturday. Even though it's Vegas, you're still here. And very few people have gotten up. I sat in the back of the room, as I often do, just to observe. Very few of you have left. You've all been very attentive to all the speakers, I think, which is really speaks a lot for who you are. Tour and utilize the Realtor.org. I'm sure you're doing that one. It's a wonderful site. Join civic organizations if you already haven't. This is how you build your business. Rotary, Lions Clubs, BNIs. So that you're not, as Katie said, not a secret agent. You want to be out there and let people know who you are. The worst thing that will happen in your career is somebody will come up to you and say, hey, guess what, Sam? I just listed my house. And you'll say, really? But not with me? Well, I didn't know you were in real estate. Does that happen to anybody in here? Because if it has, you know how bad that is. Women's Council Realtors. Any Women's Council Realtors in here? I don't even know if you... Do you? I love you. I'm Women's Council, too. It's a fabulous organization for men as well. They just didn't get around to changing the name. CRS, I know. But I'll tell you, it's networking. I got a call yesterday from a young man who did some plumbing work for me for a house that I have at the Jersey Shore. And he said, I'm moving to Florida. Can you get me an agent? So I called a Women's Council agent down there and did a referral. I'll get a nice check. He's buying a nice house. That's a good piece of business, isn't it? Just for a little phone call. All right, get back to the basics of business. That's what I'm talking about here. Farming systems. It's all about systems. And people say, Ellen, people still do farm? Yes, of course you do. You need to do it with systems. I have programs on systems that I can't go into right now in 30 minutes. Katie, too, I'm picking on you, Katie, but you had some great things to say. Power in the pen. Absolutely there's power in the pen. You know, use the snail mail. People will open that letter, and they'll say, wow, my realtor sent me a note just to say hello. I was in Las Vegas at a convention. Who knows? Don't be a secret agent. Everyone you know and everyone you don't know needs to know what you do. All right, so wear a pin. I wear this pin when I travel. It's my soul pin. And I'll tell you, it happens every single time I get on a plane. So I get on, they greet you when you're getting out of the airplanes now, and the flight attendant will say, hi, so are you in real estate? And I say, yes, I am. And are you a flight attendant? And she'll say, yes. So as soon as it's a conversation. As soon as we get to the level where you can walk around the plane, they inevitably, it happened yesterday, it came over to me, tell me about real estate. I was thinking about getting into real estate. And a lot of flight attendants have that great personality, outgoing. They don't all drag you through the planes. But yeah. So we get talking. I was coming back from a flight, and there was an older woman. She was 92, sitting next to me, and she was nervous about flying. She asked me to hold her hand. I said, yes, I will. And I was coming back from Florida, and she said, I'm selling my house in Boca Raton. And I said, oh, wow. And she said, yeah. She said, you in real estate? I heard you talk to the flight attendant. I said, yeah. And she said, well, I said, I can help you with that. She said, you can? I said, absolutely. I know realtors. I got good friends. They're my new friends in Boca Raton, Florida. She had a $4.2 million place that, because I had a pin on. So honestly, you've all got the name tags, but I see some of you with your pins too. Business cards, you can't get enough of these. I hope everybody's got one. Who has one in their pocket right now? Here, would you come up here and take this one? It's got $1 on it. Either one of you, whoever jumps up first. These are Sacagawea coins. They don't mint these anymore. Oh, you gave me one. Thank you. Don't spend that. That's going to be a coin of last resort. I'll tell you about it if you come up after my class. FSBO systems. Oh, wow, there's a lot of business out there. Help. I have a first aid kit. If any one of you wants it, I sell it for $25. I will send it to you for free. I'll do PDF. I'll send it, I'm a little technical here. And I'll get it to you for nothing if you want it. Just email me, ellen@therealcoach.com, and I'll get it to you. This is a door opener. It's a fabulous tool. Help. That's what, if you see a FSBO, just translate that into the word help. Email me for your complimentary FSBO if you'd like, kit, okay? According to the statistics, National Association of Realtor Statistics, agents, this is the big deal, agents-assisted homes had higher selling prices than the FSBOs. So they're not saving any money, they're losing money. They need your help. Don't they need your help? Who's number one? Okay, you're gonna get a break soon, huh? So you can wake up. Who's number one? Yeah, see me. You're with your first hand up. See me afterward. Listings are the backbone of the business. Listings are the backbone of the business. So anyone in this room who's a listing agent, you're there. When I first started in real estate, I wanted to be a buyer's agent because I don't like paperwork. But I looked around, and all the top producers were listing agents, so I quickly shifted my thoughts. Okay, it's wonderful. I mean, you can be here in Vegas and have someone selling your homes wherever you live. Realtors don't grow old, they just grow listless. Don't waste your time giving away price opinions. People do this all the time, and you walk away without a job. You need to, every time you get an opportunity to go to a listing presentation, you better have a presentation as solid as can be. You sell two things. You sell your company, the strengths and benefits of it. You sell yourself, okay? You should never go on a listing presentation without leaving there with a job. Do you agree with that? Too many people, please. There's systems. These are kind of things that I can help you with someday, maybe. National Association Profile of Home Buyers and Sellers 2015. They're always a year behind. The majority of sellers contacted only one agent. So you better be that one, the one agent, the one good one agent, right? Develop an unbeatable listing presentation. You got to have one that knocks their socks off. You get the job at your fee, by the way. Do a 30-day price adjustment. For anyone in this room who has listings that are older than 30 days, do a price change, all right, now. Sell yourself, sell your company, again. What the sellers need to know. Don't hire a realtor. This is a dialogue that I worked on. I'll send it to you if you want it, ask me. Mr. and Mrs. Seller, you don't hire a realtor based on the price they give you or the commission they charge. Rather, you hire a realtor based on, number one, their honesty and integrity. This is what you would tell them at their kitchen table. Their knowledge of the marketplace, number two, and their ability to get the job done. You hit them with this, nobody else talks to them like this. You're getting stuff that other people pay a lot of money for, and you're getting it as a gift from, Cuba. Realtor's Code of Ethics. Use this in your presentation. This is powerful. The Code of Ethics, there's 17 articles. If you haven't read them, you should. Realtors in attempting to secure a listing shall not deliberately mislead the owner as to market value. Does that resonate with anybody? How many people are out there buying listings? Oh, maybe not in Nevada and maybe not in Arizona or California, but they're certainly buying them everywhere else, and here too. There's hidden money in expireds. I coach a fellow right now. He does $52 million worth of real estate every year. all he does is work expires. That's all he does. So here's the deal with the expireds. Go back a year. Don't go back yesterday or last week. That's too soon. They're already angry. Be prepared with soft dialogue. Be prepared for their anger. Go back a year. They're going to sell sooner or later. Everything in this country will sell sooner or later. I predict on this stage that one day, I won't be around to see it, but the White House in Washington, D.C. will sell. I just think everything will someday. Talk is cheap. Know what good conversation is, okay? Call-ins, text, emails. They're money, okay? How many people out there buying leads? Don't raise your hand, I don't want to see it. You're buying leads because it's an easy shortcut. And I'll tell you, most of the people who are making the money out of that are the lead companies because we're not working them right. You're not working the call-ins, the text messages, and the emails, okay? So have a friendly, casual dialogue. Here's one that I worked on. Keep in touch. The number one complaint people have about the realtor is that they don't communicate enough. You cannot talk to them enough, okay? So here's some talking points. Listen before you speak. Listen to what they have to say. Show concern. Take notes. Be concerned about them. Don't take calls when you're with a client. I'll tell you, I bought a lot of different properties for myself, fun places, and I can't stand it when I'm out with a realtor and the phone rings. I'm out with somebody in my own business, and she's got to take up an important call that's more important than me. Really? Don't do that. Talk when it's important. Tonality matters, too. Text when it's minor, if it's minor. Silence speaks volumes, so you can be quiet. Here's your systems. Everybody needs this, please. You have to have a business system. I talked a little bit about that before. That would include your business plans and your strategies. You need lead generation systems. You need a system on how to do lead gen. As many classes as I've done, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and thousands of agents, I will tell you right now, my friendly fellow realtors, I would never suggest for any one of you to sit down and make 100 cold calls a day for 3 hours, because that's not the way to lead gen. But there are systems out there. You need listing systems. There's a whole system on listings. If you don't have it, you need it. A buyer system. You should be working the buyers systematically. A FSBO system. These are all systems. Expired systems. Follow-up systems. I'm watching the clock here. And call-in systems. You need systems for everything in life. Public open house systems. I'll tell you, those of you who are new in the business, those of you who are looking for more business, please don't tell me you don't do public open houses anymore. We don't do them here anymore because we're too sophisticated. That's where the business is. And by the way, it started with agents out in California. It didn't start in Connecticut, New York, New Jersey. It was agents in California back in the 80s when they didn't have any buyers. So today I'm out coaching agents and they say, well, we don't do that in our area. Our agents don't do that. You know why the agents don't do it? 4-letter word. Anybody know the word starts with an L? Huh? I didn't say it. You did. Lazy. I got yelled at once for using that word, but that's okay. I'm one of us, so I get away with it. Don't underestimate the value of a public open house. All right, repetition is the key. So when I'm new in the business, what I did on my business plan as a new agent with 4 hungry kids was I treated public open houses like having a baby. So I scheduled public open houses every single Sunday for 9 months, come heck or high water. I wrote a book. It's in my book. You can read the whole story. It's true. Because one thing about the truth is it always works. One thing about being over 50, or over the next number even, 51, that is. The eyes go and the mind goes, so you forget. The truth is the truth. 9 months every Sunday without fail. Business grew exponentially. How come? Because I worked it. It works when you work it. Have a system. Advertise, tell the neighbors. Whole programs on that. Here's working smarter by hiring a success coach. Well, you had Debbie back there. She's got a whole coaching business set up here for you. Take advantage of it. Here's why you need a coach. 7 reasons. To brainstorm with experience. I don't care how long you've been in the business. We all help each other. For guidance and to share ideas with someone else. Accountability. That's number one thing realtors lose is accountability. They beg me, Ellen, if nothing else, would you get my accountability back? I need it. To have a personal sounding board, somebody that's safe. For direction. For a fast track to your success. I don't care what level you're at. You probably would like to get to another level, don't you think? To earn more money. Are you okay with that? I have a prayer for everyone on the planet, and that it would be that everyone on this planet could someday in their lifetime experience what I experience, and I didn't have for a long time, but I'm so grateful every morning when I get up. It's called financial freedom. Where I no longer have to worry about the bill collectors, and are they going to take my car or my house, but where I have the financial freedom. I don't need a lot of it. I need to take care of my kids and my grandkids. I need to give to my charities. I need to be able to speak whether people have a budget on it or not, and share with other people as long as I'm here. I wish that for everyone. I feel like we would have peace on this planet if everyone enjoyed that. You're in a business right now where you all can enjoy financial freedom, and there's only one person holding you back. You. Yeah, you're working for an incredible company with an incredible resources out there, telling everybody about what a great company it is. And if you're not successful, you're the one it's not your manager, your broker. You didn't get enough leads. It's you didn't do something for yourself to help yourself. So some people go to college and they have debt. Some people go to coaching today in real estate and they make money. So I would say that. Here's the greatest secret of all. I had to put this in. I call it the FU. People don't like that. They say FU. I don't like that FU. Yeah. Well, you don't like the FU because you don't want to do the FU. It's follow up. Follow up, follow up. I coached a mega agent. She fell way back and was no longer mega. I said, what happened to you? And she said, oh, I don't know. I guess I just lost some spunk, but I started making the calls because you told me I should do that. And so I called the woman, and she said, yeah, she just listed her house with someone else because I stopped following up with her. You need to do that. You need to follow up. Realtor Code of Ethics. I got to share this with you before I close. Under all is the land upon its wise utilization. This is important because this is why you're here. And widely allocated ownership depend the survival and growth of free institutions and of our civilization. Powerful, right? Such interests impose obligations beyond those of ordinary commerce. They impose grave social responsibility and a patriotic duty. You were in the Korean War, God love you. That's patriotic. You all have a patriotic duty as a realtor in this country. Mm-hmm. Patriotic duty to which realtors should dedicate themselves and for which they should be diligent in preparing themselves. Realtors, therefore, are zealous to maintain and improve the standards of their calling. This is not a job. I am so grateful that the people in this hotel are here to help us out and set up the place and serve. And, and they do a great job, and they're awesome, and thank you. That is a job, and some of you may have had jobs before you got into real estate. This is a calling. And every single one of you in this room, and I believe it from my heart, has been called to get into real estate, or you would not even be sitting here in this room. And I don't think Vegas is that big a draw. I think it's here because you're here to be at this summit. I got 23 seconds. I can do a lot in 23 seconds. Okay. It's critical to rest and recharge. So I'm going to share with you about this book. I did bring it, so if anybody's interested. It's the best little real estate book ever. I never wanted to write a book, but I speak a lot, and people said, we wanted to take you home. But Cuba, here's your doors opening. Did he still come back? Okay, 2 seconds. I think I'm going to go over just for 3 seconds. I just want to, just real quick, here's the doors. Believe in yourself. Goal setting. Door number 3. Life and time management. Door number 4, sales and branding. Working with buyers, working with sellers. Door number 7, powerful telephone and email and text techniques. Door number 8, there's only 8 doors. It's critical to rest and recharge. You have to do that. Don't be so busy working on a living that you haven't got time for your life. Schedule time for yourself, please. And I'll end it with, you have to believe in yourself. I said that before. And so there was a man that walked on the planet over 2,000 years ago. And he never went more than 150 miles from where he lived. He lived with his mother. By our standards, he wasn't very successful because he didn't own a home or any real estate. But I'll tell you, he said something that I hope resonates with all of you as it does with me. Take it with you. As you believe, so shall it be done unto thee. So if you believe that you will be successful in the real estate by working smarter, not harder, you will make money and have fun. And I want to thank you all for not texting and listening to me and make it a great... Oh, I have 3 breakouts that we'll be talking about team building for anyone that might like to join us. I'd love to see you. And God bless you all. Have a great day.
Thank you, Ellen. Woo!